prayer is that like ongoing conversation, right?
Yeah.
And I try to use that throughout my life and my business and my family, just throughout. Let it direct me, guide me, all of those things, right? And so it's amazing when it happens. But I know for me, for my pharmaceutical experience, I went into that industry. It had been a goal. It was kind of like I was like, all right, we were living in Montana at the time when I first started in that industry. And so I wound up getting a position that was an incredible position overseeing a territory. I said, I've got the upper half of the Louisiana Purchase. I had Montana, Idaho, Wyoming. So
Nice.
I, like my territory was literally God's country. Like I
Yeah,
literally, one
exactly.
time I was driving once, I'll never forget it. I'm not too embarrassed to say I was playing Enya. I was driving through this mountain pass. I look out and there's an eagle flying alongside me. I'm like, how does it get better than this? I'm getting paid to do this. This is insane. But later on, I started to get the nudge that I was called to do something different, right? I was
Mhm.
called to build. I didn't even fully understand it, but I was starting to get an essence of what I have now, the kind of business that I have now. But I was in a pretty comfy situation,
Yeah.
good job, company car, provided everything, benefits galore, the whole deal, right? Plus, we were living a sitcom life, which was a single income, two children, oppressive mortgage. So like I couldn't just quit and just follow my dreams and that kind of thing. But I got promoted into what I thought was going to be a good fit, and it wound up being a bad fit. And at the time, I was kind of mad at God because I felt directed to this position. I thought you were telling me to go for it.
Yeah.
And almost immediately I knew it was not what I was called to do. It was a real wake up call. It was kind of just a number of things that made it a bad fit. And I was kind of grumpy with God. I think it was
Yeah.
that teenage rebellious spirit,
Yes.
like, you did this to me, you big grumpy mean God. But I look back and go, whoa, one, it was a position that taught me some things that I still needed to learn, but more importantly, it was a position that was not going to allow me to get comfortable.